Okay, my blood pressure's up right now. I was watching a video uh, by Brian at Here's the Deal, which is a great channel. Brian is crucial for the truth community, especially concerning the bad activities and bad treatment of Americans by cops. But I was watching his latest video, and um, it's an old video from 4 or 5 years ago where a guy got harassed by police at the behest of one of the guys working for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, TBI. And um, I made a comment under that video that people in Tennessee should be camping out right outside the headquarters of any and all TBI main offices in Tennessee because of the fact that a few days ago, Brian had a video where he played the video of a policeman in, I believe, Middle Tennessee or Middleton, Tennessee. I believe. Don't hold me to that. But this cop has been building several cases, big, huge cases, against local officials there where he lives and in the surrounding area. I'm assuming uh, for very serious crimes, child trafficking, drug trafficking, murder, and other crimes. There's some financial stuff involving China, where there's these faulty mortgages that are being that are basically being purchased or contracted out through these investment groups that are connected to China, and all of this stuff involves some of the locals there in that area of Tennessee where he is. And he even said that a few years back that the evidence started coming in that these local people that are doing these things, child trafficking, drug trafficking, that it's connected to DC. So he had 14 years, 13, 14 years of evidence concerning these crimes. And the Texas Bureau of Investigation a few days ago uh, busted into his house. Well, they raided his house and took all the evidence that he had accumulated. And they also went to his police precinct and took all the evidence that he had there at his police precinct. And that's an obvious cover up. They're obviously covering up, which is what the entire federal government in the United States is doing. The state governments are doing it as well in many states, if not all of them. They're covering up the child trafficking, they're covering up the drug trafficking, they're covering up the murders. They're covering up the worst, most heinous crimes that you can imagine. The government is involved in. Okay, and uh, it pisses me off that so many Americans have their head up their ass and do not care about this kind of thing. I understand most people are just trying to go through their life and handle their day-to-day responsibilities, but at some point you have to have some kind of civic duty spark in you and start looking at what your government is up to, and people just won't do that. But uh, I just made a comment up under that video, and um, somebody commented back and was saying, well, the video that's actually in the video that Brian was doing was from 4 or 5 years ago. And he was saying, and he was responding to a comment where I said, look, everybody in Tennessee needs to be camping out on the grounds of all the TBI offices. And he thought I was saying because of that video. And he said, well, it's a little bit late. This video is several years old. And I was like, and I responded back and spent the time to write out a whole long thing explaining what I just got through explaining in this video, that is what that's the reason why people need to be camping out, because this just happened a few days ago where this cop in Tennessee put a video out explaining and putting the news out that they had just done this, that they had that TBI had come and taken all of the evidence, 14 years of evidence that he's been building against these locals and connected all the way to Washington D.C. to the federal government, and that they just came and got that. That's the reason why Tennesseans need to be the volunteers that they are proud to claim to be, and volunteer yourself to every single TBI office in Tennessee and camp out right outside and demand that all of that evidence be turned back over to that cop that has put so many hours, thousands of hours, I'm sure he's put into these investigations over the past 14 years of building these cases. And he still wants to pursue them. But I mean, look at what they've done to him. They've taken everything from him. So if you live in Tennessee, I used to live in Columbia. I lived in Columbia for a couple of years, and I lived in Nashville for a few weeks uh, prior to living in Columbia. If I was still in Tennessee, I'd be there. I'd be camping out at one of the on one of the TBI properties. It would be great to see a national news story where the good people of Tennessee actually don't stand for this, and go to the TBI offices and absolutely fill up every square inch from outside the front doors on those properties with tents and camp out, and demanding that they give this cop back the evidence that if they haven't destroyed it already, they probably had to turn it over to the CIA or the FBI, so they probably don't even have it anymore. But there needs to be an uproar over it. That's all I got to say.